So, Jackie Hill Perry.
I always got something to say. That girl is lost.
Hey, load it up, Boski.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Tell them what you wanted. Tell them you want nothing. Tell them you want something that your money could not summons. Tell them about your body. Tell them ain't no hobby. Tell them you ain't thirsty, living water. Yeah, you got it. I can tell you like to party. Tell you get the jiggy when the mentions hit that body. Girl, they sleeping on you. Jesus know you, so you got it. Why you talking messy? They no face to spin that gossip. When I speak that gospel, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. Yeah. I ain't scared about that. I ain't worried about that. Wayne said, G's move in silence like lasagna. Got 4 babies in their case, he call me Donda. Some people hate me, others love me, I'm a genre. Calm your nerves, about them birds, tweaking tough, they just Madonnas. I ain't tripping off it, I ain't skipping, toss it. I am not a gymnast, I ain't flipping off it. I am with the boss, ain't buying what you thought is wisdom. I ain't with your boss, I'm iron rich as frost, a giant, this Goliath, almighty tiny, y'all be about that. I ain't worried about that. Yeah, I ain't scared about that. I ain't worried about that. I ain't scared about that. Yeah. This the place to throw rocks and high hands. Feeling like Medusa. Say it to my face, tongues crazy like Azusa. Lucifer used the bruise to make me bleed. The blood it made me priest. The lowest valley made me reach my hand out. I'm just trying to help you. God ain't from Chicago. He ain't want to step to. R. Kelly got y'all already peddling pedophiles at y'all weddings. It's Armageddon. I get it. I'm meddling. This medicine for the cold-hearted. Warming up, shooting 3-pointers from rose gardens. Planting seeds deep enough to see if it grows larger. You ain't deep enough to see if it's pros or puns. The sun rolls daughters, and it ain't even Easter. Pastels don't cover blood, they just make it neater. The bunny just another way to make money off Jesus. Strutting in my Adidas, 3 stripes, was it Peter? Yeah, why you confused about the word systemic? I read Genesis and I ain't see you in it. But here you are, acting different, steady sinning. You a sinner, cause another person did it. It's a system you inherited. Married to power like you was Harriet. Family matters, better cherish it, but we embarrassing.
Let me tell you 2 things you can do to deal aggressively with sin. Number 1, increase your love for the Lord Jesus Christ. Through prayer, through devotion, through reading, through worship. Increase your love for the Lord Jesus Christ. The more you love him, the harder it becomes to sin against him, because you don't want to keep hurting someone that you love. So increase your love for him.
All right, what's up, family? Appreciate you all being here today. Listen, thank you so much for just rocking with us. Listen, we are here representing and doing everything we can to bring you the best we have here in hip-hop, R&B, everything. So we're gonna get this going for you in just a second. Let me just get this. right there, knowing that this is not what he was supposed to be doing. But it's all right because you know what? God is still good regardless of what happens. And this is how we're gonna move. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue to do what we have to do. So we got that stopped, and now we back in to doing what we supposed to be doing, right? All right, cool, good. Glad y'all here with me. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Listen, first off, thank you to everybody that tuned in. I need y'all to do me a favor and share this on all your social platforms. Simple. If you're here watching with me, all I need you to do is do one thing: hit that share button so that it can go on your timeline, and so we'll be able to rock. Welcome to episode number 6. Woo! We got a lot to talk about on this episode. I'm telling you, we're going to talk about how Druski has challenged the church. That's going to be the first topic that we're going to get into, and then also we're going to talk about how, as a man and as a woman in God, particularly men, I'm going to talk to the men, how you're going to find your identity in Christ. We're going to start talking about that. For those of you that know me personally, I'm working on a book that's going to challenge all of these things, where we are going to be talking about who you are in Christ as we grow and who we are as men. We're going to be talking about all these things. So please rock with me. That's what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to rock with me and jump in them comments. Let me know where you are logged in from. Please jump in the comments. Let me know what city you rocking with. And we're going to get started. We are going to get started. So listen, unless you've been under a rock, this last week, there has been an uproar from the comedian, a social media influencer by the name of Druski, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you to follow Druski because I don't know where you are in your walk and where you are in your growth, right? But Druski does not carry himself like he's a man of God at all. He's much more just of a social media influencer, comedian. He uses language sometimes that can be challenging. But for the most part, his content is meant to be funny, right? And we get that. Listen, I'm all about comedy. I'm all about it. But he did a skit this last week where he basically pretended to be a mega church pastor. Mm. Right. I know what y'all thinking. Like, okay. A lot of you have probably already seen it. And that's okay if you've seen it or if you haven't seen it. I would tell you to make sure that you probably check it out, but please use discretion when you do it, right? Because again, I don't know where you are in your walk and where you are in your growth, right? But I'll tell you that you want to watch it with a watchful eye and understand that some of the things that he's going to say, he's not going to be nice about it. Just to be honest with you, now it's not going to be nice. But what he did is he actually made fun of the mega church pastors within our faith, within the Christian faith. And because he has done that, the church is in an uproar, right? We've got people on one side of the aisle saying, hey, this is what it's like for all these churches and blah, blah, blah. And then you have people on the other side of the aisle saying, you don't make fun of God, right? You don't make fun of God and things like that. That's sacrilegious, right? All right. I don't know where you stand. I don't know where you might feel about it, but I'm going to talk about where I stand, right? And we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about a few things specifically in regards to it, right? So here we go. First thing he did within that skit was he came out in a very nice suit, right, wearing Christian Dior's, Christian Louboutin, Christian, all this stuff, right? And basically, the purpose of the skit is he was talking about basically presenting himself like a celebrity pastor, right? Okay, got it. I saw the skit, and my first reaction to it was, yo, this is hilarious, because in reality it is, right? It is funny. It's very funny. But here's where, for me, where I have a problem with what he did, right? You see, as somebody who has been grounded in the faith now for more than a decade, probably going on nearly 20 years now, right? Um, that I have been more grounded in my faith. I can watch something like that and understand that it's comedy, right? Um, but I also recognize that not everybody may be that strong in their faith. And particularly, I'm really going to address the people who are not in church, right? It's the people who are not in church that's going to see something like what Druski did, and will assume that that's how all churches are. That's how all pastors are. And that's how, especially all mega churches. When in reality, here's the reality, right? That's less than 1% of churches. Less than 1% of churches. It's crazy, right? That's less than 1% of all churches. Here's a number. Here I'm gonna give you a way that you can relate to this personally, right? Think about every church that you know. Think about every pastor you know. Think about the churches that you currently go to, right? How many of them really fit in the box of a mega church, right? There's only a handful across the country, maybe one or two in every state, if that many. I'm saying that's a big if, right? But we do know that there are multiple churches in every city. Multiple churches in every city. So you can't say that this is a representation of the church. And I would challenge it further to say this isn't really a representation of the megachurch, right? But there are people out there that's doing a little too much. I admit that, right? Let me know how you feel in the comments, right? I want y'all to jump in the comments. How did you feel about Druski addressing the church in this way? How did you feel about that? Because again, I found it funny at first, but then as I rewatched it, I said, this is wrong in a lot of ways, right? This is wrong, particularly for those of us in the faith. How do you feel about it? Please jump in the comments and let me know. Did Druski go too far? Or do you think he really held up a mirror to the church, right? I don't know. But here's my opinion. Again, for those people who see this, right? The problem with the skit is that the majority of the people that are going to comment and see this are people who don't go to church. And let's just keep it 100, right? The majority of people who shared, and talked about this skit are people who do not go to church. So it's literally like standing on the outside of someone's house and telling them how they should run their house. Really? That's not how we do things around here, right? Imagine me walking up to your house and saying, you know what? I'm not feeling the way you run your house. And I think that you should run your house a different way. Not based on any real principles, not based on any actual facts, just my opinion. This is how you should run your house, right? And that's dead wrong. Dead wrong. And that's where I have a problem with what Druski did, right? Again, I think the man is hilarious, right? I do follow him on socials, because a lot of the content he puts up is funny, right? And listen, if you know me, I love comedy. I'm gonna tell you straight forth, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I love comedy, but I think this was a little far, right? The second thing that I have a problem with about this is that Druski came from a place, or let me not even address you. I'm sorry. Let me switch. Let me switch directions. It's the people that are outside of the church that will see a skit like this and will never walk into a church. That's where it's hurtful, right? And that's where it's actually extremely harmful for people to see something like this, right? It's the people who really are not rooted in their faith. They don't have a church home. They don't read the Bible, right? But as a man of faith, I believe in promoting the gospel and to giving people the tools and the information that they need in order to grow. But to see something like this and it becomes so popular, right? This right here puts a blanket over the church where people who don't go will assume this is what it's really like, right? And it's not true. Most pastors are what they call bivocational. What does that mean? It means they have a regular 9 to 5, and in their free time, in their spare time, or technically being a pastor, that could be their second job, right? Their 9 to 5 takes care of their their home and their family, and then they volunteer their time to feed into the church, which is you, right? And I'm talking to the people that go, right? Here's the truth, right? And even the pastors that are full time. I'm gonna give you some facts, and you can Google this, right? You can literally Google how much do pastors make, right? Pastor salaries, they do vary, but they generally range from 40,000 a year to 100,000 a year annually, right? With the average pastor making about $50,000 a year, right? And of course, that's heavily influenced by the size of the church, right? Of course, denominations have a factor to it. Certain denominations just have more money. The most, I guess, financially, the church that has the most money is the Catholic Church, right? And from what I can tell, and I don't know this to be a fact, but rarely do I see Catholic churches with leaders that look like me, or even close to look like me, right? It just is what it is, right? So what Druski did primarily looks like the black church, right? And this is far and few in between mega black churches, right? And most of the mega churches wouldn't quote unquote identify as black churches. They just may have black pastors. But again, the average income for a full-time pastor is only 50 to 60,000 a year. That's it, right? And yes, can you live off that and make a decent and can you support yourself off of that? Yes. But in reality, is that enough? Really? Like if you're going to work full time to dedicate your life into serving people, your average salary is 50,000 a year. There are so many more jobs that you could take on to make more money, right? That you could support yourself. But these people have decided that they are going to believe in the word, dedicate their life to service, and all you guys do is talk bad about them, right? Or you have an expectation of them that's unrealistic, right? You expect them to make 50,000 a year and donate all of their money to help you out, to help the church out, right? Like, is that realistic? Not really. It's not realistic, right? So when people say, "Oh, the pastor making all this money off my tithes and such and such and such," no, that's just not true. The majority of pastors that you see that are quote unquote successful, they have other jobs. They are bivocational, meaning they are entrepreneurial, right? They own businesses. They write books. They start other auxiliary things to support themselves, right? While they're in service to you. So that's why I have a problem with this skit that Druski did, because it's just not true. It is not an accurate representation of the church as a whole. It's an accurate representation of less than 1% of churches in the US. Think about that, right? Think about that. And listen, I'm gonna Google this. How many mega churches are in the U.S.? Right? Let's see. There are approximately, according to the Google, approximately 1,800 churches. Right? All right, 1,800 churches in the U.S. That sounds like a lot, right? So now, here's another number: 1,800 churches. Right? Now, just type in how many churches are in the U.S. Almost 400,000. So you're telling me one out of every 400 churches. That's what it basically is. 1 to 2 out of every 400 churches is successful on that level. That's not an accurate representation. I'm sorry. It's just not. To what he represented in that skit is not accurate representation. Hilarious, funny, and it caused a lot of people in the church to look themselves in the mirror and say, wait a minute, is this really how we present ourselves? Let me look myself in the mirror real quick. That ain't it. That ain't it. Listen, y'all real quiet in the comments today. I know y'all feel some kind of way, because I felt some kind of way. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, because we're going to address this, and we're going to address a few things about this. I need y'all to not be so scared. Don't be scared. Listen, hey, I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I ain't gonna beat you up because you don't agree with me, or I ain't gonna fight you because you don't agree with me. I don't need you to agree with me, right? I want the smoke, right? I want problems always. I don't want peace. Right? Some of y'all will get that. But listen, where's the church, right? So here's some things, man. If how many of you would take on a career knowing that less than 2 people out of every 400 are successful? How many of you would do it? You don't see me raising my hand. Y'all not, and I know y'all ain't raising yours. Y'all quiet in the comments because you know it's real. And this is the problem, right? So when you decide to do something like that, you have to recognize that you're in service of mankind, right? And I'm gonna give you some examples, right? Think about some service jobs, right, that you can think of, that you could do in the country, right? So you could be a job that service. You could work at a hospital, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do nurses make a year, right? You could be a nurse. On average, a nurse is making $93,000 a year. A nurse. And y'all talk bad about pastors who make half of what nurses make. Both of them are serving you, just in different capacities, right? Come on. We got to do better than this. We got to do better than this, right? You know, there's, and if you become, let's say, a nurse practitioner or an LPN, nurse practitioners make well over 100,000. On average, 130. And if you're in a metropolitan area, you could probably crack 200. Easy, right? So let's switch it up. What do teachers make a year, right? Teachers, on average, 72,000 a year. Still 20,000 more than a pastor. Come on. So being a pastor is not about the money. It's about the service to your community. It's about the service and giving what your God has revealed to you to the community. So it ain't about the money. It's not. Statistically, you're not going to make money. Statistically, you will barely be able to support yourself if you don't have a second job. Who in their right mind takes on that responsibility without understanding what it's going to cost, right? And let's be honest. Now that's the average on churches, right? Let's talk about black churches, right? Let's be honest. The black churches have even less money than that. They're not making 50,000 a year in most black churches. Not most of the time they work for a love offering every Sunday. That's it. Right? That's it. That's all they're getting. They get a love offering every week, right? And you want them to show up every time you sick, pray over your family. You want them to do all of these things, but then y'all turn around and accuse them of stealing your money when it comes to tithing. Come on, do better. Y'all need to do better, right? Y'all don't have to like what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you straight like it is anyway. Right? I've learned a long time ago, everybody ain't going to like me, and that's okay, right? But y'all going to hear me today. So what Druski did, not feeling it in regards to the representation of the church. Now, if you can handle and just understand that it's comedy, do you, boo? Do you? If you can handle that aspect of it to say, you know what, I know that this is just comedy and sometimes things happen that I may not agree with, but at the same time, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, hey, sometimes things happen that shouldn't. Sometimes people say things they shouldn't. But you got to just do better, right? You got to do what you have to do to continue to grow. That's it. That's it. You just have to continue to do what you got to do. And that's all we can do. All right. So listen, I'm going to get into some more music. When I come back, I am going to jump into some more information about really addressing who we are as men. We're going to start addressing that. All right. So y'all know how we do, man. Listen, this is what I need y'all to do, right? I need y'all to show some love, right? Make sure y'all send over that Cash App, right? Because I'm not a pastor. I'm just a radio personality, social media influencer in progress, because I couldn't even rightfully say that yet. But I need y'all to show some support. All right. Please, if y'all don't mind doing that, I'm going to put up the background. I'm going to take myself off of the camera for the moment. Listen, I'm going to get into some music. We're going to continue doing what we do, like we did it for TV, right? And because, listen, y'all know Jackie Hill is one of my favorite artists. Another artist I really like is Lecrae, right? Because, listen, the boy got some amazing, amazing music. It is what it is, right? You don't have to like them. You don't even have to love them, right? But guess what? We still gonna do what we gotta do. All right. So listen, here we go. I'm gonna get into this joint with Lecrae, a new track that he got called Headphones, featuring Killer Mike and T.I. All right. Let me pull it up. We're gonna get ready to share this with you guys. All right, here, load it up. Let's get into this music, y'all. Here we go.
And my brother got headphones in heaven, I hope he hear the song. Yeah, hey. And my mama got headphones in heaven, I hope she hear the song. Yeah, We went from nothing to hundreds to millions, man, who would've thunk it? We went from running and ducking to running a Fortune 500. All of my people who held me down, now we lifting them up. Ain't no more stressing or struggling or dreading the first of the month. Ain't no keys in the trunk, ain't no sleeping in bunks. Granny said count your blessings, but if I could count them, it'd take me some months. Wish you could see me now, living clean, God, I'm calling me Reverend. Wish you could hear me now, hope you got you some headphones in heaven. Headphones in heaven, I wish I could tell them, I hope they can hear me, it's so much I'm feeling. Walk through that alley and cry with my cousin that died, let me broken, I still pray for healing. I know my destination, know they patient and wait. You can show me the ropes when I make it until they keep playing my station. Yeah, hey. And my brother got headphones in heaven, I hope he hear the song. Hey, yeah. And my mama got headphones in heaven, I hope she hear the song.
In another dimension, I know my auntie is grabbing my mama and man, they just hugging and kissing. And she saying, look at him, niece. And look, Denise, he went and did it. See, niece, he was like you. He was an artist, he get depressed. And yeah, he was like you, subject to trouble and few indiscretion. Yeah, he had to war with some demons, but beat him, not gon' tell Miss Betty. I'ma run and tell Mary. Miss Betty gon' tell really Bert. Michael make millions and travel to Earth. I can see him chin tucking, being sitting near him like, look at that boy go to work. I'm talking about my Uncle Jeffrey, my Uncle Carson, my Uncle Henry, my Uncle Ant-Man, my Uncle Vincent. I be reminiscing, sipping on whiskey. Flies a frisbee, from family of Christians, but I'm living risky. Street dreaming, but demons won't get me. The Lord had to fix me and guard in my witness. Man, I be wishing that family could listen and heaven had headphones. I tell them, baby, all of them prayers you pray for me, all of them prayers, they paid off like baby. All of that grinding through time and that pressure made diamonds, and now I'm like, baby, I pray that you hear me, your prodigal son that came home. Baby,
yeah, hey. And my brother got headphones in heaven, I hope he hear the song. Hey, yeah, okay. And my mama got headphones in heaven, I hope she hear the song.
Hey, Cap. You and Clay take care of each other up there, man. Pops, you and Precious, man. Y'all hear me, right? Me and my guardian angels been arguing lately. Could they say I won't go where God trying to take me? Now Satan is on me, you're taking his toll. Carry the weight, I know God in control. Bless me with all of the diamonds and gold. Stack so much dough till it's harder to fold. From millions to thousands to hundred. Blessed us from then until now in the bundle. Commas oh comma, made me a winner. Still I'm a sinner who running from something. I made him a promise. No matter the sin, the devil never will win. I promise if only you knew. In a sold out arena on stage, still I'm feeling so lonely. Questioning destiny, missing my homies. Disguising my tears, saying my prayers. Laughing out loud, talking to air. Saying my peace when there's nobody there. Yeah, so many people get glory to me when I know where the glory should be. You see, cause I know how the story began. So I know how my story could be. It's a cold game if I told names of the people who died, who done poured into me. If I tried to told your song have been over, man, literally, we'd have run out of beat.
Right, here we go. We are back in the building. Thank you to everybody that took time to rock with me. We out here doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, making sure that you guys understand the growth and everything that we are. Also, listen, we're going to play a quick commercial real quick for y'all. It's only going to be about, let's say 60 seconds. Because this is something I need y'all to understand. Finance is really important. And I want y'all to hear this message. Let me get this. Let me go back. Here we go. Let's add this to the stage. There we go. If you love your family, don't leave them a GoFundMe.
Funerals are expensive, but I'll have to handle it later.
Later often becomes last minute. Final Expense Life Insurance is built to cover funeral costs and a few bills. It's simple, affordable, and tax-free to your beneficiary.
But, you know, my health isn't perfect.
There are options with lenient health questions and even guaranteed issue if you've been declined before.
So how do I pick?
We set a budget, choose the benefit amount, and make sure the policy fits your family, not the other way around.
I just want them to be okay.
That's the point. A small plan now can save your family thousands and a lot of stress later. comment life, and we'll set up a quick appointment with no pressure to review your options. All right, cool. I'm glad that you guys got to see that. I wanted to make sure that you guys understand that this part of the episode is brought to you by Rise Up Financial Agency. This is where you can get your finances in order. You can understand and get yourself some life insurance. If you're older, you can get Medicare insurance. We can help you with your retirement planning. Pretty much anything in the financial sector, you will be able to get some information from us, and we will help you get to a better place. All right. Make sure you follow them at Rise Up Financial Agency. And guess what? You can send me a DM and I can get you connected at Joe Bosch Radio. Because guess what? I own both of those. Listen, that's how we doing it, man. Listen, because I am serving him. As y'all can see the shirt, I'm serving him. That's the purpose. And in serving him, I'm going to serve you. All right. So now let's jump into the second topic for today, where I am going to talk to you all about really your identity, right? Your identity in God and who you are as a man, because I'm working on a book titled The Noble Man. And one of the things that we're going to talk about is understanding your identity. You see, part of being a noble man is understanding that you have to learn who your identity is. The book is going to take you on a journey to understand your identity. It's going to help you understand your legacy, right? Because there's your identity in God, and there's the identity that you've been fighting with your whole life because people have said things to you, right? But most of the time, they're not true. It's your identity comes from the person that created you, right? So there's your identity. And then the next step would be your legacy, because there's the legacy that we receive, and then there's the legacy that we leave. Yeah, that's legacy, right? And then lastly is your purpose, right? That's what the book is going to do. It's going to take you through that journey. So today we're just going to get started with some basic information, and we're going to start you out with learning who your journey is. And listen, I need my fellas to tap in, right? If you know some men who really want to understand who they are in God, please share this with them. Share this stream with them, because they need to see it. And listen, I need y'all to jump into the comments. I see some of y'all are logged in on different platforms, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. Jump in and let's get started and make this thing happen. All right. Share this on your timeline because people need to hear it. So listen, let's talk about who your identity is, right? Most men are tired, right? And some of the things that people say that most men aren't, they aren't tired because they're lazy. They're tired because they're carrying life without clarity. And that's because, unfortunately, and I'm guilty of this, right? We have made our identity in our performance. That's not your identity, right? Your identity is not your performance. You are not as good as what you can produce. That's not who you are, right? You granted, it's a factor, right? As men, we are to provide, we are to protect, and to be the priest of our homes, right? The 3 P's, right? But our identity is defined by the creator, the person that made us, right? So if you've been feeling off or stuck or just heavy, this part of the show is for you, right? So listen, I need y'all to type in the word crown into the comments. Type the word crown into the comments, because if you're rebuilding yourself from the inside out, this is for you. This is me. I'm rebuilding myself from the inside out, and I'm sharing this with you because I know some of you probably need to do the same thing, right? So why does this matter? Why does it matter? It's because you can't build a legacy with a broken self-image. You cannot, right? You see, a man who doesn't know who he is going to chase approval. They're going to avoid discipline and call it stress. Oh, I know some of y'all gonna be like, what? Yes, that's the truth, right? If the crown that you receive from God is your identity, right? And what am I talking about? Why do I keep mentioning the word crown? Well, think about this, right? If God our Father in heaven, he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. You being a child of God, right? That automatically makes you royalty. Your identity is royal. That's who your identity is, right? Because you said when you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior, what you essentially said is that, yes, I am a part of the royal family of God. And that gives you dominion, that gives you authority, and that gives you an identity, right? That gives you an identity. Because if you are the son of a king, that makes you a prince. If you are the daughter of a king, that makes you a princess, right? But because God has given us dominion over the earth, that makes you a king or queen in the earth. God is still your lead. He's still your father. He's still your king, right? But he's giving you dominion here so that you understand the royalty that's within your blood. So let's talk about this crown. Let's talk about identity, right? You see, putting on your crown, it's a reminder that your value is not based on your results, right? The crown that you wear is based on who gave it to you, right? Here's an example, right? I'm gonna just pull out one of my fitted caps, right? And listen, don't judge me because I know it's not necessarily gonna match the outfit, right? Right, but this hat that I'm wearing right now, this is a representation of a crown. And the reason why it's a representation of a crown, because listen, within the urban culture, right, fitted caps are a big deal. We always wear fitted caps, and of course, I would pick the one fitted cap that look like it got some stains on it, right? But wearing this fitted cap is kind of like wearing a crown, right? Because immediately when you see this fitted cap, you're gonna know a couple of things about me, right? You're gonna know one, you're gonna know the team that I like, right? Because I'm a Nets fan. Pretty much any New York team I rock with, but with this example, I'm a Nets fan, right? Brooklyn in the building, right? And everybody from Brooklyn, put them in the comments, shout them out, shout yourself out in the comments. Um, the thing about a crown is that a crown is set just for you, right? Just like a fitted cap is meant just for you, right? Everybody don't wear the same size hat, right? Particularly to me, I got a big head, right? Big heads tend to run in my family, right? On my mom and my dad's side, big heads just run the family, right? I wear a size 8 fitted cap, and I'm saying that for those of you that think about maybe getting me a gift. A size 8 fitted cap, right? Me knowing that I wear this size 8 fitted cap, it's such a rare size that most most stores only have maybe a handful of options for me, right? The best hats rarely have a size 8. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that my crown is rare. It means that my crown is designed for me, not for anybody else. It was designed for me. It means that this crown has certain insignias and emblems on it so you can understand where I came from. So you can understand what I represent. That's the crown of your identity. And I'm just using this fitted cap so you understand the power of the crown that you wear in God. Yeah, it's real. It's real, right? So when you wear this crown, it's a lot of things that come with it, right? So when you know who you are, you stop negotiating what you tolerate. Let's be real. We've all been in simple situations where we've had to compromise who we are at one time or another. We've had to compromise, right? And listen, I'm guilty of that, right? I've been in situations where I compromise my faith when I shouldn't have. I've been in situations where I compromise my integrity when I shouldn't have, right? But that's because I didn't understand my own identity, right? And as I'm rebuilding myself, I'm understanding I don't have to do that. I don't have to tolerate anything somebody gives to me. I don't have to tolerate mess. I don't have to accept that, right? Because I have to have standards. As a king or a queen, you have to have standards for yourself. And standards aren't pride, standards are protection. Standards are protection for who you are. You see, a crown, it does not mean that you're better than anyone else, right? It just means that you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your kingdom, right? So, you for example, you as a standard that you can set for yourself is I don't do inconsistency, right? Or a standard that you can set for yourself is I'm not going to do drugs, or I'm not going to give my body to just anybody. It's only for my spouse, right? These are standards, right? Now, the world is going to tell you do what you want to do. The world is going to tell you, as a man, particularly, listen, knock down as many women as you can because it don't matter. But that's not true. That means you are freely giving yourself to people that don't deserve you. You have value. That's another thing. Crowns have value, right? There's no such thing as a crown that's invaluable unless you give it away. And you give that away when you negotiate your value. So don't negotiate your value anymore, right? Don't do that, right? Another thing that wearing a crown comes with, it comes with responsibility, with stewardship, right? See, a crown thinking, it asks, what am I building that's going to outlive me? That's responsibility. What am I building that's going to outlive me, right? Your stewardship is going to be your body, your mind, your money, your home, your faith, your mission, right? That's what the stewardship is, with the responsibility of wearing a crown. Because a noble man, he doesn't wait to feel ready. He already manages properly what he has. Everything you need, you already have. You just haven't been using it right. Think about that. If you need to grow, chances are you already have things to help you grow. You just ain't using them right. If you need to push yourself or make more money, chances are you have things already within reach that can help you make more money. You just haven't had the strategy to do it. And I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to y'all right now. I'm talking to me. The things that I need, I already have. I'm just now in a place where I'm asking God to give me the strategy to use the things I have to grow, to be more responsible, to be a better steward, to understand my identity, and to raise my standard for myself. That's where I'm at, right? So here's a challenge, right? Here's a challenge. And it's only take about a minute. I'm going to leave this with y'all. 1 minute a day, right? Make a crown statement, right? I am a man of God, right? Or really write this down. I am a man / woman, whatever you are. I'm a man of insert. You could say I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of standard. I'm a man of whatever, right? And the second thing you can say is I'm building insert, whatever that is. I'm building a legacy. I'm building a financial stability. I'm building a business, right? That's the second thing. And the last thing is I will no longer insert whatever it is. I will no longer be inconsistent. I will no longer not take care of my health, right? So this week, you're going to say, I'm going to enforce one standard this week. What is the one thing this week that I'm going to push? Because as we talked about last week, if you push yourself to be 1% better each day, within 1 year's time, you're going to be 365% better, right? What are you going to look like in a year? What is that 1% going to look like? Ask yourself that, right? And it starts with one decision, right? It starts with the 1% thing that I'm going to do better today that I didn't do yesterday, right? And that's your standard. And what's one thing this week you're going to be a better steward of? What's the one thing this week you're going to be a better steward of? Think about that, right? Think about that. This week I'm going to be a better steward of my money. This week I'm going to be a better steward of my time. I know a lot of y'all probably don't understand that, right? But managing your time is probably the most important thing you can do. And I'm learning this because I'm a person that used to be habitually late. And a lot of things I'm still kind of late that I'm working on, right? Now, I'm not as bad as I used to be, right? But admittedly, I'm not necessarily punctual to things. And I'm working on me. This is me admitting that I'm working on me, right? So that's what I'm going to manage better this week. I'm going to manage my time better, right? So drop one word in the comments that you're going to work on this week, right? Drop something into the comments that you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do better in this week. All right? I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys really feel the heart of where I'm coming from this. And I hope you really understand that as we grow and identify our identity in Christ, right? We are really going to grow. We're really going to expand what we can do. You can be so much better than where you are. And I'm not even saying you're in a bad place. Some of you may be in a good place, but why wouldn't you want to be better? Why wouldn't you want to encourage someone else to just be a little bit better? That's where we are. And that's how we are all going to grow together. All right? That's how we're going to do this. We're going to do this together. All right? So listen, man, I want to thank everybody who was able to log in with me, who listened to the show, who was able to jump into the comments. I know we didn't have a lot of interaction in the comments today, and that's okay, right? A lot of you probably are going to see it in clips or you're going to see it in different aspects on social media. That's okay. I don't mind if you don't watch things while we're actually live, because guess what? The engagement still counts whether you watch it live or whether you watch it on replay. We still need you, right? I still need you to support. Because as much as I'm going to grow, I hope that you grow with me, right? And we can grow together. We can grow together. All right. So that's it for this week. Listen, I need y'all to make sure you like, subscribe, and follow at Joe Bosch Radio on all social media. I thank you again. Listen, welcome everybody to the show that's just tuning in. Those of you that have been with us the whole episode, listen, thank you. Please go follow us on all the social media channels. We there. And we're going to continue to be there. All right. So listen, I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put this this Cash App up. I'm going to play some music for y'all in the background, just so you can kind of continue to rock with us, man. And I want y'all to understand that we are here because you're here. I am here giving you information because this is where I believe God wants me to do. He wants me to help you, and I'm going to help you. That's what I'm going to do. So if God has given me a burden to, as I grow myself, I'm going to bring you on that journey with me, right? So no, I'm not trying to be a pastor. I'm not trying to be online and be your online pastor. Nope. I am your brother. That's it. I'm your brother walking this journey with you. Because I'm going to make mistakes, right? Because I'm not perfect. But I'm going to grow and I'm going to learn. And I want you to come with me, right? So listen, go jump in the comments, put in the comments, grow, if that's where you at. That's it. Just drop grow in the comments right now if that's where you at. All right. And listen, let's continue to love on each other. Let's continue to let's continue to support each other, right? That's a better way to say it. Let's continue to be accountable. That's the word I was looking for. Can we be accountable to each other in 2026? Can we do that? Right? Hold me accountable to who I am. Hold me accountable to the things that I'm trying to do with you all, right? Because can't no one stop you when you are accountable to yourself, you are growing each and every day, and you understand your identity in Christ and the crown that you're supposed to wear. All right? And that's it. That's it. So listen, I'm going to jump into this track, only Derek Minor. This is going to be our outro song for the night. So this way you guys can, I'm going to come off video, and I'm going to need y'all to also donate. I need y'all to donate, Cash App, Joe Boss Radio. And listen, I will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Thank you. I love y'all. Listen, stay tuned. Stay blessed.
I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody, I can't let nobody. Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. Yeah, trying to catch a blessing before I catch a body. Got my whole team with me, know they got me. And nobody, ride it like I'm riding. I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. I can't let nobody stop me. Now been doing this so long, to feel like winning just a hobby. Now I came from the trenches, but did it independent. Said I'm cocky, got the big headed cap, don't fit it. Ain't no lies when I'm speaking on it, only tell the truth. So much water on me now, wipe me down like I'm a Seuss. We been really in the field, finna finally eat the fruit. Don't you try to touch my meal, I'll mop you on my loot. And my dogs put in work, bitch, stepping on your turf. We been really at they net, and we finna make it worse. If they really trying to stop me, better put me in a hearse. Tracking mud all in your house, cause we got it out the dirt. What we talking about? Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. Yeah, trying to catch a blessing before I catch a body. Got my whole team with me, know they got me. And nobody, ride it like I'm riding. I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. Yeah. I can't let nobody stop me now. Can't stop. I can't let nobody stop me now. Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. Yeah, trying to catch a blessing before I catch a body. Got my whole team with me, know they got me. And nobody, ride it like I'm riding. I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no. Yeah, I can't let nobody stop me. I can't let nobody stop me, no.